Welcome back. So, Dawn of the Justice League, the half-hour special on CW that aired tonight, and I watched it, and there was a lot of cool stuff that came out of there. We got a lot of cool information about these characters. There was a lot of clips. A couple. I mean, we didn't get any solid like the "Do You Bleed" clip or like the Batman Nightmare clip. We didn't get anything like that, but we got little snippets of stuff we hadn't seen yet, which is really cool. We got Wonder Woman stuff as well. We got Justice League information. We got Suicide Squad stuff, which I already talked about in the Suicide Squad trailer review. You can find that. Should be the one that just came up. And so let's get into this. Now, a couple things to note on. We got a couple shots that we hadn't seen. We got this shot of Ben Affleck working out, and he is, as my mom and dad put it, he's wow, is that something that's got to be CGI? It's like, no, Henry Cavill is just that jacked. Ben Affleck is just that jacked. And we see him working out, getting back into shape. We see Ben Affleck basically talk about this Batman. He's weathered, he's wary, he's seen a lot more. And that's stuff we already knew going in, but we see him at one point walking over to Wayne Manor. I'm assuming what's left of Wayne Manor. And or somewhere, like maybe it's like where his parents actually were killed or something like that. He's going over somewhere to leave flowers. And we see him. He's got grayed hair on his temples. He just looks wary, tired. He looks just bitter, angry. He just looks horrible. I mean, horrible in a sense. Sorry. And he just looks. And there's another scene. There's one other voice clip there, not voice clip, but voice line that he says in a TV spot where he's like, "This might be the only worthwhile thing I do," which in this case is taking down Superman. And we see him. He was there. We see him getting out of the car and seeing the events of Metropolis unfold that took place in Man of Steel. We'll see what happens in the aftermath. See the aftermath of Man of Steel take place. And he was there, and he saw it, and he's just both angry and fearful for what they represent, Superman and these alien beings. Henry Cavill also has just touched on Superman, too, is that, he's now come out to the world, and now he's got to deal with the ramifications and repercussions for that. And Lois Lane's just like, Superman means something, represents something, all of that. Now, we didn't get too much in the way of new stuff in terms of, clips and stuff. We got a couple new images and things along those lines. But one thing they touched on is Lex Luthor. He knows everything about Bruce Wayne, knows everything about Superman. He's pitting these guys against each other. First off, yeah, I do believe he's going to lose his hair to kryptonite poisoning because they made mention that he had red hair when he was younger and he lost it to radiation poisoning or all the varies which version you talk about. Sometimes kryptonite poisoning, sometimes it's just a chem lab experiment gone wrong. But the point is that yeah, he's manipulating these guys, which makes me wonder: does he? I don't think he knows who. Does he know who Clark is? Does he know who Bruce actually is? I mean, does he know their secret identities? With Batman, maybe. I mean, that might be why that whole scene, these last trailer, where it's just like, oh, well, you should not pick a fight with this person, is so on the nose, because it is so on the nose. But see, but the thing is, I'm wondering, because you get that whole scene in the first Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice trailer from Comic-Con, the better one, the good one. I mean, again, I don't hate the newest one as much as a lot of other people do, but I recognize that they dropped the ball big time in that last 30 seconds. And where he gets the whole, you let your family die again, ha ha ha. What if that's not the Joker? What if that's Lex goading Bruce/Batman into a confrontation with Superman? It's entirely possible. I mean, if the theory that he, in fact, knows everything about them is, to be believed, then it would make sense that he's trying to manipulate them into a fight. Now, why he thinks, don't get me wrong, anyone who's actually thinks on it would be like, yeah, Batman should take on Superman because Batman's the only one who's really qualified to take on Superman. But why he actually, in this universe, thinks that Batman, in this universe, Batman could take on literally a physical god is a little beyond me. Maybe he doesn't like Batman as well, so maybe he wants to try to get them both out of the way. But that's assuming we know he's goading them both into trying to confront each other, and they obviously do confront each other. But he's I don't know if it stems from the fact that he hates Batman and Superman, or if he just hates Superman and maybe just Batman's a nuisance, or if he figures Batman is the best way to go after Superman. I'm just not certain on that. So that's all the real main stuff that I found or got from the Batman vs Superman portion. Now, when Wonder Woman, man, we get the logo, which is great. It's that like almost like bronze metal look. That was wonderful. We actually see clips from the film that they've shot so far. And from the visual style and look, I've got to say I'm digging the tone of Wonder Woman so far. It's talking about we're going to actually rediscover her origins. That's cool. Themyscira. Well, she's technically, they've explained she's a demigod in this version, but I think we are going to touch on the Amazons and Themyscira. And they think that apparently that humanity's not worth saving, so she goes to our world to see if we are worth saving. And, leads to her fighting in World War I. And we see her on horseback pull out her sword to fight, I'm assuming, Germans. So I'm like, whoa, this is actually really cool. We see her in like an enclosed building. We see her in a building, and there's like 3 guards, and she's got her shield and her sword, and she's flipping, and she's doing a kick, and it cuts, because clearly they've only got so much to show us right now. But it looks beautiful. She looks badass. I'm not seeing a lot of her facial expression at the moment. We see one moment of her facial expression where she takes the glasses and puts them on, be like, just this basically blend in. Oh, and she'll be fighting Ares too, because Ares is supposedly the bad guy in this, who's not played by Sean Bean right now. I think he's had to drop out of that. So did Ava Green, unfortunately. But what are you gonna do? It happens. So yeah, well, she'll be fighting his minions as well, and I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by Gal Gadot. Now, when they did show her interviewed clip of her for the special, I heard her speak. I'm like, it did just occur to me. I've never actually heard Gal Gadot speak before, and she does have a noticeable accent. And I don't know if she's strong enough an actress to either hide the accent or work with the accent, because none of the scenes we see in those clips is she talking. I'm actually not concerned about. I'm not concerned about her physical portrayal in terms of the action. Definitely not worried about that. Her portrayal just looking like Wonder Woman. She looks like Wonder Woman. Perfectly fine. Even facial acting, I'm not super concerned about, because you can go back for reshoots if anything looks wrong in that regard. My concern right now is line delivery, because again, her lines are her lines, and the script is the script. If she's given bad lines, it could have been anyone. It's not impossible for a good actor to make a bad script sound better, but it's not easy. And if the actor is not very strong, like Gal Gadot is considered not very strong right now of an actress, even though she did apparently test screen with Ben Affleck and got the part from that, she apparently did well enough to do that. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt on that basis just alone. And I think I'm a supporter of Gal Gadot right now. I want her to do well, because I don't understand that mentality of she sucks, so let's hope she sucks till they're replaced. Like, no, why would you want her to suck? You want a good Wonder Woman portrayal. Stop asking for the actor to suck and ruin the character again, making it impossible to get another Wonder Woman movie made for another 5 to 6 years minimum. Instead, hope that she's good so the Wonder Woman movie comes sooner. You want that, you really do. So I'm fanning for her right now, and she's a very lovely woman too. But that's beside. I mean, from my understanding, she was a model for a little while, for a good portion of her career, and then she's slowly gone into acting. And she served in the Israeli military her minimum 2 years, so that helps. She definitely has the physicality for the role. So, I hope that right now it looks good. It looks very good right now for the little bits I'm seeing, but I didn't see a great deal. We got clips. It doesn't look bright and colorful. It doesn't look gray, because it looks like they're in London or Germany, one of the two. And it does look like it complements that tone, because you can still see her armor's colors stand out when she's like on horseback and in the slightly different atmosphere. It just looks like a muted version of the original Wonder Woman colors. So that's that. Then they actually talked about who's being a part of Justice League. Now they talked about Aquaman. This Aquaman is the Arthur Curry, and he is half human and half god, more or less, as described. So he actually is. He can relate to things like Batman and Superman, to kind of be a bridge between them in some regards, or more so likely relate to Wonder Woman on a level. Amber Heard recently has been announced to be playing, or in talks at least, to be playing his wife Mara. So that's cool. But he can breathe on the water, talk to sea life. He's physically strong, durable, all that. So of course, he's probably going to be in Justice League. He's also got not just a cameo, but at least a scene probably near the end of the movie. Like maybe if Doomsday's too much for all three of them, he comes in because he's messing up the ocean. And he comes in and does his thing. Now, that being said, the other people, or the other character you get, is Flash. And this Flash is, in fact, Barry Allen's. He is, or Barry Allen, and it's still his mother was killed, so he dedicates his life to forensics. He gets struck by a bolt and gets super speed. He's got all the basically he can travel so fast he can move through time. Oh, he's the Flash. He is. I believe it's Ezra Miller who's playing him. So we'll have the Flash on screen. Then it looks cool. Cyborg, they go into Cyborg, which I'm interested to see how, because they said that they're turning the Cyborg movie into a Teen Titans movie, but he's not a teen in this. Or maybe they'll just name it Titans instead. But most people will know it's the Teen Titans. I'm not certain that would work though, because the Robins are gone, so we don't have a Robin leading them. We'd have to introduce all these other characters really quick, so I'm not certain that's the way they're going right now. They're also supposedly making a Teen Titans show for TNT, so we'll see how that goes. But Cyborg, they talk about it. He's a cybernetic being. He's always 100% of the time connected to the internet. And it looks like that, they're going to, I don't know. Is he going to be Cyborg in Batman v Superman? I don't think so, because there is a football game in the film. I think we're going to see Victor Stone as Victor Stone, not as Cyborg. I think we're going to actually follow a bit of the Justice League Justice League War formula, where he becomes Cyborg in Justice League. And then they announced the last member. Now, the way they announced this last member was interesting. First off, Green Lantern. He is, in fact, going to be a part of it. Because we got space, we got land, we got sea, we got land, we got air, we got all that. Now it's time to go to space. The Lantern Corps are going to be joining the Justice League. And it is titled Lantern Corps movie. So Green Lantern is going to be the Lantern Corps. We're going to get multiple Green Lanterns. That's pretty cool. Which, please, my God, I want a Blackest Night, Brightest Day storyline. I want the multiple Lantern Corps. That would be so sweet. Okay, calm down, because I know it's still a far cry to go with. I believe they might go, if Lantern Corps, they'll definitely probably go into, the Sinestro Corps, and they'll definitely try to bridge the yellow lanterns in there, but it will go red, orange, blue, all of them, all the spectrum. Might be pushing it. But who knows? I can fan dream, because that would be great. But the way the reason they said it the way the reason I'm interested in is the way they said that. Is that they didn't say that the Green Lantern is going to be joining the Justice League. They said that the Green Lantern Corps are going to be joining the Justice League. Now, obviously, not the entire Corps is going to be coming to and joining the Justice League, because then you're almost certain to win every fight, even against Darkseid. You've got literally an army of Green Lanterns against Darkseid. I think you will be able to take on Apocalypse. I think you'll be okay. But the question then becomes Corpse. I think they're implying that both Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart are going to, and I don't think we'll get Kyle Rayner. I don't think we will. We're definitely not going to get Guy Gardner, because no one liked Guy Gardner. But Kyle Rayner, I think we'll only get 2 Green Lanterns. I think they're going to just stick with Hal and John, because those are the 2 most recognized lanterns. Even though Kyle Rayner has become the White Lantern in the comics, and he's a White Lantern that is OP as I think maybe they won't be. Maybe they'll just trade off shifts in the Justice League. Okay, I'm going to do my duties in my sector. You be on Earth for the time being. When I'm done, I'll come back, trade off, so forth and so on. I think that might be how they could go about it, and that would be okay. It's not a huge issue. What I've never wondered is why there's 3. At one point there were 3 at a time lanterns in that sector of the universe. I'm not certain why the Guardians allowed that, but then again the Guardians don't always make the right decisions, and they're kind of egocentric to the point where they don't like to admit they don't make the right decisions. So who knows? Lantern Corps, though. Now, that being said, the Lantern Corps might not necessarily mean that we'll get Hal Jordan and John, because I did do a movie news where it was saying that Green Lantern might be a buddy cop movie between John and Hal. Entirely possible. But what if that's not true, and what if Lantern Corps just means that we're going to be dealing with the Lantern Corps as a whole, and we're only going to get one main Green Lantern? What about that? In which case, obviously, then I think they're going to go Hal Jordan. Then again, for diversity's sake, you're actually pretty fine. I mean, yes, Cavill and Ben Affleck, pasty white guys, whatever. Ezra Miller, pretty sure he's a white guy. But then you got Gal Gadot, she's Iraqi, or she's more an Arabic descent. I actually don't know her. I forgive me if I don't mean to be insensitive about people's cultures or races. I just don't know what her actual descent from that area is. I know she's of some sort of Arabic descent in some way. Was it Iran? Maybe that was it. Maybe it was Iranian. Yeah, it was the Iranian service she served in. I'm certain. You know what? 1 second, because I feel bad about when I'm getting this kind of information wrong. I don't want to come off insensitive, so I'm actually going to look that information up right now, because I thought I knew it, but I feel I'm being a bit insensitive of how I don't quite know the facts on this. But moving on, we got obviously Cyborg. He's African American. 1 second now. Gal Gadot. There we go. Gal Gadot. All right. And okay, she's Israeli. There we go. She's serving the Israeli man. Okay, there we go. I apologize, Gal, if you ever see this somehow, some way. I apologize for my lack of understanding of your cultural background. Please forgive me for my ignorance. I try to keep up with certain information, and I fail sometimes. I apologize if I insulted anyone in some way. But anyway, moving on to the point at hand. Only 30 years old. Wow, she is young. Makes sense. She's a model. There can be older models. I'm sidetracking. Cyborg, African American. Jason Momoa is an interesting, because I believe Jason Momoa. You know what? I'm going to look up Jason Momoa, so again, I don't make a mistake. Jason Momoa. Okay, Jason Momoa. I believe he is he's Hawaiian. So there you go. He's Hawaiian, so not a white guy. And my God, is he built too? Holy crap! Just Jason Momoa, just jacked. He looks in better shape than Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill. So my God. Then again, he's a naturally big guy, and he played the Game of Thrones character. That one I'm not going to care about. I get wrong because I don't watch Game of Thrones. I know he played the character on there, that big warrior guy. And then of course you get Hal Jordan, if he's a white guy, but you could also get Jon Stewart. He's a black guy, so you could definitely get a more diverse Justice League this way. So I'd be totally for that. But yeah, and of course we get the concept art, which I used as the thumbnail for this. It's great looking concept art. We don't have Green Lantern in there, but that's because we haven't really been introduced to him in this universe. To be fair, we haven't been used to Cyborg, Aquaman, or Flash yet, but we're going to get that in Dawn of Justice. I don't think we're getting Green Lantern in Dawn of Justice. In fact, I would be willing to bet that if we don't get Cyborg, in fact, Cyborg and Green Lantern might be the two we get more or less origins for. That, or Green Lantern's already been about and doing his stuff, and he comes back to Earth at some point in Justice League just to, keep up on things like, oh, what's going on in here? Oh, okay. So this is happening. As for the villain, we have no idea who the villain is yet. I'm still probably thinking it might be Darkseid. And you know what? I can't wait to see who they'd cast as Darkseid. That is a role of a lifetime. Oh man, you get to be the guy who says, I just beat up Superman. Boo, there's Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Cyborg, Flash. Yeah, I'm that guy. Oh man, I can't wait. Or it could be Brainiac. Brainiac's another complete possibility. I heard one guy mention the Anti-Monitor in Collider Heroes today, so that's a little too obscure, I think, but anything's possible, so who knows. Overall, though, yeah, it was a good special. I dug it. Even my dad got a good kick out of it. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put it in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. So I got the Who Would Win to do tomorrow. The following day, I got another Star Wars video to do. Plus, I'll have an extra video up. I'll have something special up for that day. And I'll have a review up for Fifth Wave either Thursday night or Friday. So I still got a lot on my plate to get done with this week, but, that's the price of doing this. It's price. I enjoy doing it. You know I do. So thanks for watching. Have a good night.